From the corner of my eye, I see language learning videos. You know the type. 5 things that are holding your English back. You can learn 90% of any language in 2 days. I wish I had known this before I started French, and so many more. I also see that they rack up thousands of views, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of thousands. They have so many views that they're thinking of making a room on the moon to store all the views. This to me is very interesting because it indicates several things. Some people want a fix, other people claim they have the fix, some people who want a fix believe that the people who have the fix really have the fix, and people who want the fix listen to the people who have the fix and walk away fully convinced that they now have the fix and that language learning is all about fixes. Until they scroll around a bit more, listen to a few more fixes, realise that all the people who have the fix are repeating the same fix, and then your suspicions grow and you start to think that maybe language learning is about a bit more than fixes. Where this makes sense is that people are at least sensing that something isn't adding up. If we have a problem, there must be a logical solution, right? If I can't learn a language, it means that there's a crucial piece of information that I haven't yet heard. This is the fix. It's the remedy. It's the fix. The sly fox wants the fix, but it doesn't want facts. Some kid off YouTube has the remedy, and people find this entirely plausible. But here's a scary thought. What if you're actually standing in a house of deceit and misinformation, and that the fix is within this same house? What if the real fix is to step out of the house and out of this whole way of thinking about language learning? What if the only real fix is to realise that we're dealing with complexity here? After all, if it was so easy, all your neighbours would be walking around knowing 4 languages. All it took was a fix of some kid on YouTube. Let me tell you a story from long ago. I did a first year for my bachelor's degree in language and linguistics at university. It was insane. The amount of work we had to put in. Hundreds of pages, English literature, German literature, linguistics, critical analysis of French grammar, hundreds of pages. I never took a day off from September to June. It was the absolute trenches. You wouldn't have wanted this life. Compared to the average person off the street, I had quite a volume of knowledge, even 1 month in. Although I knew nothing, 1 month of this life, I had already been exposed to much more than the average person. By January, 4 months after the start of the academic year, at the exams, I had already learnt a lot. Now imagine comparing my knowledge as a freshman in university to the knowledge of the guy off the street. No match, right? Despite all this, I knew nothing, and certainly not how to learn or teach a language. After this first year, I did a second year for my bachelor's degree, even more insane. All the students were dropping like flies. Despite this, I didn't know anything about learning a language or even teaching one. Then I did a third year. It was even harder. I hated syntax trees. Bored me to death. There was so much to memorize and to understand. 3 years of full-time dedication to language. I still didn't know how to teach or learn a language. Then I did my master's. It was insane. Linguistics, language, more language, suffering, cramming, sacrifice. Well, at this point, we were well over comparing ourselves to the guy off the street. I still didn't know how to learn a language or teach one. And it's all I did all day long. Then I did a postgraduate year to be a teacher. I still didn't know. Then I started working for language schools and tutoring. I still didn't know. And you're going to listen to some kid off YouTube who's going to tell you about the 5 things you're doing wrong. The fix. Do you realise what you're doing?